Hi guys! I wanted to share my EDS Pilates routine that has helped me the most to strengthen my core muscles to help with things such as circulatory issues. I believe it helped with my May Thurner's pain. It has helped reduce my pain. Along with rolling out, I also really recommend. But just to get you started, I'm gonna go ahead and do my routine with just minimal amount of reps in between to show you what to do. But then what I want you to do as you progress with this routine is just do as much as you can. So we're gonna start just doing what we can. If we can only do one circle, that is fine. What's most important is getting our bodies in a home-based position so we can start building that foundation that we need so our joints aren't all oogly boogly all over the place. So I use a few tools, and personally I've been using just a 5-pound weight for over a year now. I use my resistance band, and then for the end I will use a kettle. I've been using this 10 pounds. So when I always start, I start with my resistance band, and I start with a few clams. So we'll put this on our knees, up above our knees, not on the knees. And then what you want that's most important is that we get in a good, nice straight line. So our feet are lining up with our booties, and then our backs are straight with that. Okay, and then you also want to think about your pelvic area. So you don't want to be sticking, you want that tucked in, nice straight line. Everything is straight here. And then, like I said, we're just going to do a few, but you'll do some clams. Just do as many as you can. And what's most important is that home base and nice, slow, controlled motions. All right, so once we're finished with that, we'll do the other side. Again, get nice and lined up. And then we're just going to do a few more. After this, I move down to reverse clams. So we're going to put the resistance band on the bottom of our feet now. And again, make sure you're lined up really well. And actually, I do like to do this with shoes on, but I don't like to take the shoes off and on. So get lined up really well again, and just do what you can. Even if that's only one, that's okay. That's more than you did yesterday. And especially us with having EDS, it's very important that we don't overdo it because that will flare our bodies. So I always do it till I feel like I'm getting tired. And sometimes I'll push, but we really don't want to push too much, honestly. We gotta listen to our bodies. So we're doing the other side with our reverse clams now. And then we will move on to our pelvic tilts. So we're all done with our band. And now we're gonna start with some pelvic tilts. And when we do this, we're going to be lifting our vertebrae one at a time. You'll see what I'm talking about. So first you'll want to get a nice, stable, solid home base again, right? So feet are hip width apart. Your hands are on the ground. That helps stabilize you. And, feet grounded in the ground too. And now when we're starting at the tip of our tailbone, and we're lifting that, like I said, one vertebrae at a time, until we're up into like a plank type of position, and we don't want to go too high or like not straight and low. So you want it just like that, and then you're going to go back down the same way that you came up. So start lowering one vertebrae at a time. When you first start this, that's something. So you'll do those until you're ready, and then we'll switch down to when you're up at the top, then you'll just start going down halfway, keeping a nice solid base. And then you'll go back down the same way that you came up with one vertebrae at a time. After this, I do a few sit-ups, I'm sorry. I'll do a few sit-ups, and when I do my sit-ups, again, I want nice controlled motion. Slow is better than fast. And you're keeping your feet grounded. That's most important. So keep your feet grounded, and then I do a little break, and I'll do some side sit-ups. Again, your feet are grounded, and it's more about slow, controlled motions. Now we're gonna put our feet down, and then I do a little stretch to start. And this foot is going up, you can point your toes, and we're holding a nice tight core and doing basketball size shaped circles that are nice and slow and controlled. When you've done a few of these and start getting tired, you're going to reverse those circles and go the other way. And keep holding that core and keep it tight. And then we'll do a little stretch after that. Honestly, when I do that, and while I do my exercises, I can feel tension and tightness sometimes, and this is as I'm working through. So something that I found really, really beneficial is, first of all, always listen to your body. We need to be more connected to our bodies, and that is like number one. So listen to your body. So as I'm doing this, I'm feeling a tightness in my foot, and I found if you then work on those tightnesses, you can stop in between, because we're taking it nice and slow. We don't have to rush on anything. Actually, the cure for us is like slow down, feel into ourselves, get more connected. So as I feel this tightness, I'll take a little break and I will roll out. I really recommend, especially if you have EDS, but for anybody, getting these rolling out balls, and I can feel it. So I'll just roll out my muscle till I feel it relieving a little bit or feeling better, and then I'll continue. And I really, really honestly think that this has helped so much in my progress, is just listening and taking that little break. Whew. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and switch and do the other side. So feet are down, we'll give that other side a little stretch and do the same thing. So we're holding our core tight, we're doing basketball size shaped circles that are nice and slow and controlled, and then reverse. All right. Now we're gonna move on to our side. And again, our home base, our foundation is going to be most important. Now our setup here is we're gonna be up on our shoulder, but we're not slouching down, and you're gonna have to watch that as you do your exercise. So keep your, and don't try to go too much up, but nice and just stable, solid shoulder. We have a straight body, right? Everything straight here, tucking in the pelvis area, and then foot is up, and we're gonna go all the way up till we can extend it furthest, and then put your foot down and go back down this way. And like I said, as you do this, you want to keep checked into your shoulder. You want to keep checked into your posture. Keep that good home base. That it's going to be hard to do it in the position that is the right one. So once we do a few of those, or you're ready to switch, we'll go on into like basketball size shaped circles again, and reverse in a 45-degree angle in here. And again, keep checking into that shoulder. We get a nice little stretch after that. And then move on to the other side. So again, we're lining up our body. Our foot is lined up with our butt. Our shoulder is up here. Okay, and then our foot is up until we get here. Okay, you're checking into your shoulder, you're keeping your body nice and straight in the right position, and then when you're ready, start doing those circles in the 45-degree angle. And reverse. And just remember, do what you can. It might not look exactly perfect in the beginning, and that is okay. That is okay. Oh, and I just heard my bones a little bit, my joints, but it's gotten a lot better, oh gosh, from the beginning. Okay, so we did both sides. Now we're going to move on with our weight here. And with this weight, we're going to, again, we're making a good stable foundation, home base, right? So we're like hip width apart. We're making a table, and then with our hands, we're not locking our elbows up. They're a little bent, so you're not hurting your joints. They're a little bent at your elbows, and then your body, your pelvic is tilted in, and take your weight then, and you're going to extend back. Okay, while making sure not to lock those elbows, and nice, slow, controlled motions. When we're done with that, we'll put the weight onto our foot here, and we'll do the leg up now. Again, keep that, we're really, really focusing on our home base. A nice, solid, stable home base. And we'll go ahead and switch to the other side. Again, don't lock your elbows. And then you'll put it on your leg. And of course, your breathing is also important. When you're doing your exercise, you want to be breathing out. All right, so we got those done. Awesome. Now we will move on to, so first we'll put our hands are in our head, neck area, and you're keeping your hips stable and your legs and everything grounded. Those don't want to be moving. You're moving your upper body. So you'll twist from side to side, breathing on the way out, and making sure your upper body is what's moving. Now we'll close our feet. We'll do a nice little stretch. And when we're doing this stretch, we're actually not going to go long, right? Because we can do that naturally. We're not getting an actual hamstring stretch when we do that. So what we are doing